COVID has taken this year, just since the outbreak, has taken more than 100 years. Look, here's the lives. When you think about it, more lives this year than any other year for the past 100 years. Now, am I supposed to speak?
America's dead.
And to get hot, I got hairy legs. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics. Why am I doing this? Why? What is my real aim?
Joe doesn't have a clue. Joe doesn't have a clue. I really believe he doesn't have a clue.
We lead by the example of our power, not just by the power, but by the power of our example. Well, it is what it is because he is who he is. Well, I'm sick and tired of smart guys. This is all within our power. I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
And now, after a long night of counting,
I'm not here to declare that we've won.
But I am here to report, when the count is finished, we believe we will be the winners.
Mr. President-elect, do you still think that the stories from the fall about your son Hunter were Russian disinformation at a smear campaign, like you said?
Yes. God love you, man. You're a one-horse pony.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States, will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
So help you God?
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Help change the course of the COVID crisis. We're going to combat climate change in a way that we haven't done so far, and advance racial equity and support other underserved communities. We're going to rebuild our economy as well. And these are just all starting points. Is the commitment I made that we're going to rejoin the Paris Climate Accord as of today.
Okay, guys, to Brazil on climate change. You were rejoining Paris agreements, and you mentioned Brazil.
You guys, come on, let's go.
Do you have concerns about
Let's go, you guys. Press, let's go, let's go.
Welcome to the White House.
Do you have any concerns?
You guys, let's go.
Vaccines.
As frustrating it is to hear. As Dr. Fauci constantly points out, it's one thing when we have mass, how can I say it politely, mass disregard of the warnings about not wearing masks and wearing masks and social distancing and failure to social distance and people getting together on holidays in ways that weren't recommended, et cetera. We see, first thing that happens is we see the number of infections go up. Then you see the hospitalizations go up. Then you see the deaths go up. And so...
Did you receive a briefing about the border today?
Yes, I did.
What did you learn?
A lot.
Is there a crisis at the border, sir?
I won't be able to handle it. Hard-working people and people struggling to get in the middle class. They built America. And unions built them. A lot of people don't know how to register. Not everybody in the community, in the Hispanic and the African American community, particularly in rural areas that are distant and or inner city districts, know how to get online to determine how to get in line for that COVID vaccination. You know, Chinese leaders, if you know anything about Chinese history, it has always been the time when China has been victimized by the outer world is when they haven't been unified at home. So the central, to vastly overstated, the central principle of Xi Jinping is that there must be a united, tightly controlled China. And he uses his rationale for the things he does based on that. I point out to him, no American president can be sustained as a president if he doesn't reflect the values of the United States. And so the idea, I'm not going to speak out against what he's doing in Hong Kong, what he's doing with the Uyghurs in Western mountains of China, and Taiwan trying to end the one China policy by making it forceful. I said, and by the way, he said he gets it. Culturally, there are different norms that each country and their leaders are expected to follow. And I'm happy to take questions if that's what I'm supposed to do, Nance, whatever you want me to do. Now, when President Harris and I took a virtual tour of a vaccination center in Arizona.
In order to open these doors, we do not say open sesame. We say open Biden. That's our magic word. Open Biden. I love it.
Now we're going to get down to business here, and Ron, who am I turning this over to?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. President. I think it's time for the press, our friends in the press to leave now. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Mr. President, how are you going to take a minute for the children in the border facility? Are you going to visit the border?
Thank you very much.
From here, but if they want to give a wave.
I see him.
Yeah. And then we also have
Don't jump. We need you.
And then if I could just.
Let's go, you guys. Come on, press. We're gonna move out. Let's go, press. Guys, let's go. Come on, press. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Crisis at the border, sir. Let's go, you guys. Come on. Come on, let's go. Thank you, guys. Thanks so much.
And I shouldn't have done that because I wanted to yield to my vice president, who's smarter than I am.
Well, there's not much to add to that, Mr. President.
Oh, just sorry.
No, but I will say that I do believe that this administration, with the leadership of our president, is without any question about science.
Shut up, bitch!
The vast majority of economists, left, right, and center, from Wall Street to the private economic.
Today, Junior!
I'm reiterating my call for every governor, mayor, and local leader to maintain and reinstate the mask mandate. Please, this is not politics. Reinstate the mandate if you let it down. And business should require masks as well. The failure to take this virus seriously, precisely what got us into this mess in the first place, risk more cases and more deaths. Look, so the best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway, we're going to get a lot done. And if we have to, if there's complete lockdown and chaos as a consequence of the filibuster, then we'll have to go beyond what I'm talking about. Okay, hang on. Sorry. The only way to spare more pain and more loss, the only way, these millstones no longer mark our national mourning. These milestones, I should say, no longer mark our national mourning.
Was that your laptop?
For real, I don't know.
I know, but you know that's this is.
I really don't know.
Okay.
The answer is.
You don't know yes or no if the laptop.
I don't have any
yours.
idea. I have no idea.
So could have been yours.
Of course, certainly. There could be a laptop out there that was stolen from me. There could be that I was hacked. It could be that it was Russian intelligence. It could be that it was stolen from me.
And you didn't drop off a laptop to be repaired in Delaware?
Not that I remember at all. At all. So, we'll see.
Keep wearing a mask.
Yes.
Wash the hands and socially distance, which I'm not doing.
You know, I spent more time on my hands and knees picking through rugs, smoking anything that even remotely resembled crack cocaine. I probably smoked more Parmesan cheese than anyone that you know, I'm sure.
I'm proud to nominate David Chipman to serve as the director of the AFT. David knows the AFT well. These white supremacists, Nazi sympathizers, carrying Nazi flags. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. I'm going to ask some questions now. The press is going to leave, and I'm going to...
Morty, keep your hands off your ding-dong. It's the only way we can speak freely. Look around you, Morty. Do you really think this world is real? You'd have to be an idiot not to notice all the sloppy details.